The main question today is which system runs Ghostwire better, PlayStation 5 or Xbox Series X? And overall I can say PlayStation 5 has a little bit of advantage over the Xbox Series X. Hello my friends and welcome back to my channel, and I have to apologize in advance because I was not able to test all the graphic modes in Ghostwire on two systems actually. It is just too much. I like to show you what I'm talking about. So when you go to options and graphics, we have actually 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 different graphic modes, and I'm not even now counting or taking in consideration that we have VRR on top, variable refresh rate. So this is just too much for me because I just came home from work and I just had a couple of hours to test. But what I've done is, first of all, I did not test the quality mode in terms of frame rate or performance, because for me actually this graphic mode 30 FPS is terrible to play in this game on both systems. Okay, there's no difference in terms of PlayStation 5, Xbox. I just found 30 FPS in this game is terrible. And that's why I focused on the performance mode, the fixed 60 FPS performance mode on both systems, and also the high frame rate mode in combination with VRR. Because this is actually quite interesting, because in my opinion the high frame rate mode in combination with VRR gives you the best experience to play, especially quality mode. I really like it on both systems. So but I think we should start with comparison. So let's compare frame rate between PlayStation 5 and Xbox Series X. So what I have to say, I had a very weird behavior actually. I was not able to record with teardrops. I don't know if you're familiar with this program, but I was not able to record actually the fixed 60 FPS mode and the quality high frame rate mode with this program. So the only thing what I was able to capture was the high frame rate mode, and I think we're starting with this because there's actually a very big gap between the PlayStation 5 and the Xbox Series X, actually a really big gap. As you can see here right now, PlayStation 5 offers almost 120 FPS in certain situations, but yeah, Xbox Series X is not even close to the PlayStation 5. And yeah, we're talking about visual or image quality a little bit later, but believe me, there is not much of a difference. So the high frame rate performance mode is not my favorite mode because the downside in visual quality is just too much in my opinion for slightly higher FPS in my opinion. That's just me. But again, we're talking about image quality in a second. So what I like to talk now is the performance mode, and we need to consider a thing here. If you have a VRR capable screen, then you will not experience any stuttering in the more or less fixed 60 FPS mode. So what I found is, and this is what you can see here right now, Xbox Series X, you can see that the frame counter jumps around like crazy. So again, what I found is, and for some weird reason I was not able to capture this with teardrops, but anyway, what I found is, as soon as I turn off VRR, I have a lot of stuttering on the Xbox Series X version, not on the PlayStation 5 version. So less stuttering on the PlayStation 5 version. But you can see that actually VRR is working as it should be. So with VRR enabled, there is literally no stuttering at all. And that's not weird, but I was actually expecting a perfect 60 FPS mode without VRR, but that's unfortunately not the case. So again, in the performance mode, PlayStation 5 offers actually a better performance compared to the Xbox Series X, but as soon when you play in VRR, it really doesn't matter anymore. And now let's talk about my favorite mode, the high frame rate quality mode. And what I found is there is not much of a difference between PlayStation 5 and Xbox Series X, not in terms of visual quality, but again, we're talking about this in detail a little bit later, but also not in terms of frame rate. And please keep in mind, I was not able to test the whole game, of course. I just tested a little bit from the game, but what I can say, it's actually quite similar in this graphic mode compared to the high frame rate performance mode, where you have seen a big gap actually between PlayStation 5 and Xbox Series X. This one looks very similar. And before we're now talking about the image quality or visual quality or differences between PlayStation 5 and Xbox Series X, let's address a bug on the Xbox Series X in two graphic modes, in the HFR quality mode and in the HFR performance mode, because VRR is not working in both modes, as I can show you now, because in both modes the frame counter is stuck to 119, and you have actually a lot of stuttering and screen tearing. As soon you change this actually to the VSync option, what you have also, everything is working as it should be. Can you see? There's no problem anymore. You have 70 FPS, VRR is enabled, no stuttering at all, just perfectly. On the PlayStation 5, there is no problem at all. This right now is the, I can show you this, the HFR quality mode. And when we now have a look on the frame counter, it is working as it should be. So I'm not sure what's going on with the Xbox Series X version. I mean, that's not a big deal because you can use the VSync option anyway. There's no difference in terms of visual quality or frame rate anyway, but that's something, yeah, we need to fix on the Xbox. And now let's talk about image quality. And what I found between PlayStation 5 and Xbox Series X is, in terms of resolution, there's not much of a difference as far as I can tell. But in terms of ray tracing effects, there is a difference, especially when you have effects like that here. Then the PlayStation 5 offers in the quality mode, HFR quality mode, and in the 30 FPS quality mode, just, yeah, the better RT effects.
I gotta stay awake, stay alive. It's all on me to find a way to make it in life. Have to believe or else the pain will take all the fight right out of me. So I just lay awake late at night, thinking of things that I could do to make progress. It's all in the process, train the subconscious. That shit works, I promise. So take what you need, no breaks, hit the speed. Don't save anything, don't waste all you could be. I'll do it right, I'll do it wrong. I'm gonna fight, I can be strong. I wanna fly before I go. I'm going. I wake up, I'm possessed. I just wanna be the best, fly above all the rest. Not enough, what is next? Feel the blood in my chest, let it pump until I'm dead. I wanna feel alive, I've got this inner drive. Ain't working 9 to 5, I'll be working 9 to 9. I'm living double lives, I work hard in the light, then rocking late at night. I'll live like this until I die. I'll do it right, I'll do it wrong. I'm gonna fight.
Okay, so what is my summary now for Ghostwire on PlayStation 5 or Xbox Series X? I mean, on both systems, it's actually great. At the end, it comes to the controller, and you know, I like the Edge controller actually better than the Elite controller. What I found is in terms of controls in general, I had on both systems actually problems, because the dead zone on both systems is actually quite a lot, you know what I mean? It's not just on the PlayStation 5, it's also on the Xbox Series, and this is something what I don't like actually. So this is, it's similar, you know what I mean? And this is a little bit confusing actually, because also you have then, yeah, I tried of course changing controls or whatever, but I can't get, yeah, I'm probably I need more training with this, but this is something what I didn't like, because I like to have actually a game where you don't have to learn the controls. And don't get me wrong, not learning in terms of buttons, learning in terms of how the sticks are reacting, okay? So we have much better games in terms like that, okay? So Resident Evil on the Xbox was a very bad example. They fixed it, thanks God. On the PlayStation 5, it's actually really good playable. Here, I have the same feeling. It's a little bit off, but again, it's on PlayStation and Xbox Series X as well. So what I found is, the game is not, it's not my game, okay? In terms of gameplay, it's not really my game. I like the graphic effects, I like the style from the graphic. What I would like to have is a little bit of a higher resolution, but that's when you have to play games like that on the PC, because PlayStation, Xbox Series, not powerful enough to actually offer a slightly higher resolution, okay? So, but that's how it is. In general, the game is not bad. I really think in terms of graphical quality, you have a lot of options, to be very honest. And if you like gameplay like this, then go ahead. Really no problem on any console. So just keep in mind, in my opinion, the high frame rate quality mode is my recommended mode, to be very honest, if you have a VRR display like the LG G2. Because then you have nice graphic, 1080p, okay, maybe a little bit low, but also with ray tracing, and this looks really nice in my opinion. The 30 FPS mode, quality mode, offers of course the highest resolution plus RT, but 30 FPS is just a pain in the ass in my opinion, so not worth to play the game in 30 FPS. Performance mode, yeah, has also slightly higher resolution than the high frame rate quality mode, but doesn't offer any RT effect. So at the end, it's really up to you what you like, what you prefer. The game is okay to play if you like the gameplay like that. So it's not my type, but maybe you like it. Put in the comment section what you think about the game, and if you have experienced any other bugs, because then maybe we can address this. Thank you very much for watching me. I'll see you guys next time. Bye.